Yes, guys, it's your boy Bongs, and yeah, welcome back to another Speakyoursauce video. I've got my friend here today.
Shay Ventures over here, as per. How you lot doing?
We're doing great, mate, and I think you lot, we are the we. I think, yeah.
I was definitely talking about them.
Yeah,
but how you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm okay. Last week I wasn't. No, the week before I wasn't, but this week I'm. How are you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened last week? Why was you not okay?
We're going to talk about that later.
Okay.
But today,
yeah,
people, we're going to talk about this, man. I guess before we start, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I think, you know, there's peaks and troughs when a lot of people watch, some people don't watch, and X, Y, and Z. But we do have a lot of fans that are quite consistent. And you know, I'm not going to call you fans, I'll call you spillers. That are very consistent, very engaging. A lot of you always DMing me as well, see what do I do about this? So like, for example, a girl must have DM'd me on TikTok after like, guys should just tell the truth. And she basically just asked me, yo, like, what should I do? I'm talking with this guy, and you know, we're talking, and he knows that I'm insecure if he doesn't text me, you know, 24 hours, and he hasn't texted me for 24 hours. It's been 5 days. Then he's popped up. He doesn't know why I'm angry. Blah blah. Just all of that type of shit.
Drop the whole scenario.
Drop the whole scenario and shit like that. And it's like, I like the fact that people feel comfortable enough to be able to reach out to me, to him, to ask us questions or tell us how much you relate to what we're talking about, and that's the core purpose, secondary core purpose of why I do this, why we do this. So for that, I say thank you. We appreciate it, and this is what it means to me and what it means to him.
Yeah, definitely. Now, thank you always for the support. We love everybody. We just want to build, as we say all the time, we want to build that community. As we get bigger, we just want to stay engaging with everybody the whole way, so that later down the line, we've just got a whole ass, like, not fan base, whole ass family.
A family, brother. A gathering of people that just want to come together and just share ideas, right?
Yeah.
Create a mastermind, right? And, you know, like forums and Reddits where people kind of always comment, okay, this is what we want to do, we're doing this, we're doing this. We also want to create the same environment here where you are always in the comments. Like, I've got another person, she inspired me during like my lockdown phase in December, and we were just chopping out back and forth. Okay, Sia, I done this today, so now you have to go and do it. And I was like, okay,
that's cool. You had an accountability partner,
brother. You know what I'm saying? And she's even the one that made me jump in the cold showers. She got to my head because I told her I'll do it if she does it. She didn't do it, but she said she'll do it if I do it. I said, look, I got no choice but to do it now. You know what I mean? So even being able to connect out with you lot in that respect as well is amazing, because I feel like I say I do a lot of things, but at times, you know, you guys don't see it. But trust me, drop me a message and say, Sia, I've got this challenge, let's do it together. I am there. I'm telling you, because we are so competitive, but on the flip side, we're also very open-minded people as well. So as long as it's not nothing crazy and I won't put us in jeopardy or, you know, put anything at risk, we're down.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? So,
no, you know, funny, like, I had a shoot yesterday, and I met a couple, like, loads of cool people yesterday. One of the guys there, he literally said to me, like, Shay, I'm going to a party today. Like, you want to pull up? I said, yeah, man. Run it. Like, I'll run it. Like, we'll always, if you're good energy, like, there's none of this, we're on social media, we're online, and then we don't connect very, like, we'll link up with people if they're good energy. Like, straight up, man.
Have we linked up with a spiller? Yeah. Like, as a collective.
No, I don't think so. We've seen people out.
Yeah,
like people
that say they fuck with us.
People have come to us.
Like, but then it's like we've seen people that were friends beforehand, then became spillers, but that doesn't really count. Like, we've never
like people that we've never met before.
But we've got an event coming up, you know. Yeah. Watch the space. We got an event coming up.
Announced. Yeah.
What?
You get your earpiece? Did you get your earpiece? That new piercing?
Where?
This one.
Here.
Yeah.
I've always had this piercing.
Oh, it's just a different earring.
Yeah.
What is it? Is that hand?
Oh, my sister, it's one of the little, you know, the woman that sang, I want to great. It's one, like the spiritual shit.
Yeah,
it's one of them spiritual kind of vibes.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? That's me, man. You know.
Man, no, the gold looks good, man.
Thank you, brother. God, mix it out. The sun is glistening today.
Yeah, you know, like it's like 20 degrees, isn't it?
I wanted to show you this last time, but it didn't work. But yeah, there you go. Yeah. Anywho, Context. That was a 5-minute intro. Shay, when you're watching this back, you can crop and.
No, it's gonna crop, bro.
5 minutes in for the people to watch all of this.
They're here, man. They're locked in.
Okay, can we at least like in the intro, before the intro, say, look, you lot, it was a 5-minute intro. So if you don't watch all the intro, you can slide and skip to minute 5, and then the real video begins.
There you go.
Cool. So, interestingly enough, two things. So obviously, I've noticed number one that obviously work has got you in a chokehold. Number one, and then obviously number two, you gave me a little point of reference that you're feeling a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And then thirdly, actually, you kind of not missed the deadline, but you kind of missed the deadline, which obviously doesn't happen with Shea Ventures. So,
what was it? Wait, what was the deadline that you see I missed? Because I know what I've missed. I missed a couple things.
Like you just weren't ready. For
today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's not the only deadline I missed.
Talk to us.
So I've also, as you noticed, I only sent you the social media videos like halfway through the week this week.
Yep.
I still haven't edited the last podcast that you lot recorded with the girls.
Yeah.
So I know that's meant to come out next week. Mm-hmm. And normally you would want the social media videos like a whole week before, but
okay. I think if we dissect on that a little bit, we don't need to go into the specifics.
There's just a lot. So the reason why I just work, I've been a bit more focused at work because I've had a lot more to do. Just like my timetable, working roles on the two different time zones. Mm-hmm. Everybody does it, but I think I've just had a lot more to do than what I've been used to. Yeah.
One thing that I want to flag there then is like the communication, with myself, not necessarily with the others, maybe with the others as well, but with myself on, see things getting a little bit crazy. Like you told me at the back end, but nothing.
Well, it's all this week, literally. Like literally all this week. So it's just because, and that's where I realized, because we do a lot. So anytime, so I knew before, like with me and my to-do list, I know that if I don't get something done in a day, then it adds on to the next day. But I know that, but actually getting to the point where like I didn't get things done, I can see like there is a lot of shit that if it doesn't get done, like there is a lot of stuff that we do. Like going to the podcast, going to the SGS, like whether it be the vlogs and then the TikToks, the podcast, recording it, and then everything has to be done after recording it, planning everything. And we do this stuff every single week. Like, and then we've got our full-time jobs. So it's a lot. And yeah, I think this week, because I even spoke to my manager about just the work side of it. So I'm a bit cool now. I'm cool now and just managing everything. But that wasn't the problem. Like I said, it was just this week. I know I'm going to sort everything out going forward. So like managing everything is not a problem. I can do it. But my thing was what's to come. I can feel like we're about to enter a period that is going to get very, very active. Like, not because we've been really busy because we've made ourselves busy.
We is who?
Or like just SGS.
Okay.
SGS, like, so yes, we've got all of our stuff outside of SGS, but in SGS, we've been busy because we made ourselves busy. Like we've tried to stay consistent with the podcast episode every week. I think there's been a social media post every single day, like from SGS generally for the past like couple months now. Yeah. So yeah, we've been really consistent on that side, and that's because we made it and like we made ourselves busy. But now I can feel like there's going to be a lot to do,
rather than us trying to create things for us to do.
And it's all good on the recording side. Like the recording side is cool, but then actually getting the content out is gonna be a lot. Like, and it's not. I'm not saying it's a problem or anything. I'm just acknowledging that for me, it's like for me personally, for me especially, life is about to get very, very heavy in a good way. Yeah. But yeah, in a good way. But I'm just kind of, I don't know. I'm just acknowledging. I'm kind of like prepping myself for what's to come. Like, yeah, I thought things were busy before. I'm making myself busy, but now it's gonna be. We're gonna basically have a motive almost every week now, like from June onwards. And there's obviously with work, trying to meet financial targets to get everything patterned for come the end of the year. The podcast, we want to be uploading every single week, and we want to be getting guests on social media. We want to be like more active and more engaging.
Got to be networking.
Yeah, like I just want to be a lot more organized, and I just want to make quality content consistently.
So kind of reading some of these books and watching some podcasts, one thing that is kind of interesting I've seen, and you do a lot, is you have the CEO, the person at the top, trying to do everything themselves, but it almost gets to a point where delegation needs to be done. So what I'd want to question you is two things. Number one, have you reconsidered the way you schedule and proposed something more effective?
So I think the most difficult thing, because for example, the thing that might take up the most time / energy is the editing. So if we've got, let's say we record a vlog, SGS TikToks, and a podcast in 1 week, and all of them have to come out like in the same week, let's just say. Like all of them, and let's say it takes a day or two to sort out the vlog. Then it can take a day or two to sort out the TikToks for SGS. And then there's the podcast, which is the same. It would take, let's say, in a day to sort out the actual like YouTube video. And then there's the social media video. So it's just like there's only so many hours in a day, and I can't delegate that.
Is this something we can outsource?
I don't want to, because it's a cost. It's a cost that we're not in that position to be making that kind of jump yet. Like for example, we haven't even got 4K camera. Fresh, yes. Like I'd rather put money towards like all of that stuff, the foundational stuff, before starting to outsource everything else. Like it's just a matter of there won't be pressures for, like I won't be mad at an upload being missed in a month, for example. Like I'd rather just get quality out rather than force.
So here's my brain calculation. What I've started to view things and potentially value for you guys, right, is almost spending money to free up time elsewhere to see, okay, what can you spend that time if then become freed up. So what I'm thinking is, okay, I know the comparison of, okay, spending money, okay, what could be more effectively spent? Camera or getting an editor outsourced, right? Yes, we can't afford either, but if you were to outsource an editor, you then spend, let's say, for example, £500 a month, but then you're saving 5 hours. That 5 hours you save will then allow you to spend an extra 3 hours at work to then generate 2 more leads within that month to be able to close 15% deals, which then gives you a commission of 1.2. So you spent £500 to get back 1.2 over £700. So what I was saying is that it's not necessarily about spending the money, but it's freeing up your time and energy to focus on something else on one end. And then the plus side and the benefit is we also guaranteed videos now coming out every week as well. So it's not, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just a thing of like SGS isn't my only commitment. So I've got that. So it's like what goes into it is the most that will go into it, basically. Like, so it's just working with the cards that are available. It's just taking off that whole pressure of every single week there has to be like an upload, basically. Like I don't want to outsource, basically. Yeah.
Okay. So we arrived at this because you're talking about you're in anticipation of what's to come for the business, right? So when it does become busy, how have you prepped yourself for it to come, and how are you going to ensure? Obviously, you can't predict everything, but how are you going to ensure everything stays afloat? Like what's the
so like I said, so the editing side, the post production, like that is fine. It's just a time thing. It's just like it's just a time thing. That's all it is. Like I'm just gonna we'll try to stay consistent. I'll be consistent with everything, like across the board, but there's just no pressure to, let's say if we record a vlog like this week, that's gonna come out this week. It might come out next week or the week after. Like,
why is there no pressure?
Because I've got because there might be, I might say that there's just other stuff that needs to be done. Like there's loads of stuff. So like I might not have 2 days to edit in the week. I might only have 1 day. So that means I've got to just push it. It's just like, yeah, like there's just no pressure to have things done ASAP, basically.
So how I am getting it is now it's almost the priority of a video being uploaded is now being adjusted and is moved down in the rankings, if that makes sense.
No,
So the reason why I say this, I remember there was potentially the archery video or a video before that where we had uploaded 2 videos in that month, and you said no, but we made this agreement for 3 or more videos to go out. So you spent like the last 5 hours on like a Friday or something trying to get it
trying to get out on time
because of the priority.
Like it's not going to be a case of I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to like sacrifice my last 5 hours in a day to make sure it comes out. It's going to be a case of I don't have the 5 hours because I'm doing something else. You've reassigned
the 5 hours.
Basically,
you've reassigned them, so it's moved down on your priority list.
Yeah.
So how did this happen? So for example, you had your start of the year plan in January, whatever, and then March has happened, April has happened, and then something's told you, okay, Shay, actually, you know what, we need to change the priority list. Like, what happened for you to get that realization?
Just seeing how many. There's only so many hours in a day. That's literally what it is. And it's just like the more content we wanna put out, the more needs to be done post production. And it's like if we wanna be putting content out across the board on a weekly basis, like just because a vlog isn't going out doesn't mean a podcast isn't going out.
Cool.
So it's like something is being done because we're just doing more with everything. Even with the podcast now, it's upload every week. Before it was an upload every other week. So 2 uploads a month. Now it's gone to 4 uploads. So it's like, and that's what I want. I want the consistency across the board. So that's just all it is. It's just sharing. And there's only one me.
Cool.
And I still have a full-time job. That's what funds everything that can go forwards and all of that. So the other thing that is to be evaluated is the planning side. So for example, with the vlogs, there's not really much that goes into it. It's just like us seeing what we want to do. But I guess the TikToks that we mentioned, SGS TikToks, they require a bit more attention, a bit more planning. And yeah, I think that is it. Yeah, that's it really. That's probably the thing where I have to put aside time. I have to literally sit and think. Like I can't be figuring the stuff out on the move. I've got stuff to think about. Like I need to actually focus on it, and I haven't got that time in the day.
Agreed.
To focus on it.
And I think to even layer on that is because there's 4 of us as well.
Yeah.
So for example, we were meant to shoot something today, but issue with one member, issue with another member. We were meant to shoot something last week.
Yeah.
Issue with one member. So it's like.
So even all of that, it's like things just get. So yes, like remember when you mentioned to me about I said that I want consistency and all of that, but it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened because of things that we couldn't control, like it's like Scott being sick, like Peter's birthday, where it was unplanned and all that stuff. Like we wanted to make a vlog for Peter's birthday, but it was unplanned. Like we didn't know that something was already pre-booked. So then that vlog didn't happen, and now there isn't something. And then this week, Scott sick, and I didn't have time to think about all the other stuff. Like I think loads of things.
It's tough, right? And like obviously we talk on this podcast so much about this is what we do. We plan so much. We try to be consistent. Try to do so much due diligence. Number one. And then even for me as an individual, I used to do this so much. I used to obsess so much about, okay, minute here, day here. This is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. But I've started to realize more, and we've seen it like, these last 2 weeks, is that sometimes things happen where they're just outside of your control.
Yeah.
The thing you take away from this is like, when you're being true and honest to yourself, how much planning did you do? How much prep work did you do to bring you to as far completed of an objective as possible? So if you're saying, okay, I want to go gym 5 days this week, okay, did you plan out what days you're going to do? Did you plan out your outfit, whatever? And then, day 3 and 4 and 5, you got called into work to do an extra 30 minutes and you couldn't get out of it type shit. You know what I mean? As long as you know that, in the long run, that would be the benefit. So for us in the short term, it's long, we're pissed, whatever. But because we are generally consistent, honest and true to ourselves, we are consistent, in the long term, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, we've been doing this like 18 months now,
Yeah.
20 months,
Is.
or, you know,
A year and a half,
year and a half, right? And I think obviously our biggest weakness is uploading for 3 months consistently. That's kind of our weakness. But then our strength is that we are increasing the volume of whatever we upload. So maybe the consistency is not there in frequency, but the volume has increased for the long term. And the vision itself in the long term is what keeps us going. You know, Shay, when we have our meetings, kind of every 2 months, he asks us, okay, guys, why are you actually doing this? Like, what are you trying to see in the end? And it's beneficial for us because, you know, sometimes when the team morale is down, you know, you might see us all happy, laughing, smiling, whatever. But, you know, when you're trying to do a full-time work, like a full-time job, and you got family and you got women or you got kind of gym, whatever, you almost lose that love for what you're doing the least, if that makes sense. So it's almost nice to always remind yourself of the vision, the target at the end, continuously reminding yourself and continuously working towards that and improving yourself along the journey. If along the way, shit kind of goes left and we haven't shot for 2 weeks and now Shay's work has to do another fucking time zone and this and that, we won't get disheartened. I'll probably say a year ago, this would have put us on ropes, if that makes sense. Like, remember summertime last year when we took our very first break? Things were looking rocky.
Things were shaky.
Things were looking rocky for SGS, right? But that's because it was almost like the only reason why we had gone so far was because we had to record every week. And then for the first time we took a step back and we said, hold on, wait a minute. Do we actually want to do what we're doing? It was the first time we got shit called into question, you know? But since then, it's like we are aware of what we're trying to do in the long term. So whatever happens rocky in the middle, all it is just a part of a learning phase and a learning curve to build your, let's say, resilience stronger for that end goal.
Honestly, a big factor is the support as well. Like the fact that we're almost on 10K followers on TikTok. You know, that's crazy.
That's mad.
Like the Speakyoursauce TikTok, I think it doubled in followers this month. It's almost
Speakyoursauce crazy.
It went off. The Instagrams are nice. Like Sia said, he's getting messages. I'm getting messages. Like people acknowledge, and I think the support is really big because yes, we might not be progressing. Yeah, we're progressing, but yeah, we might not say, for example, be monetized, and that's a milestone of results for all the hard work. The fact that we're seeing like the following grow and there's the engagement, like if that wasn't there, then it's like, why are we pushing so hard?
Like if we weren't, nobody's replying, nobody's responding, nobody's sending us message up, like damn, this is crazy.
So that's something we appreciate. We appreciate it. Like it's literally that. It's for example, Scott. Let's say I know he wouldn't mind me saying, like, Scott is here. Scott's here for a good time. Like he's a part of SGS because it's fun. It's fun to be making content. It's fun to be engaging with people. If there's nobody to engage with, it's not fun. And like there's nothing wrong with him being here for that reason.
Because when there is fun, he's bringing energy.
And you lot see that. You see it's 100% genuine. Like all of us were here for different reasons, but yeah, at the end of the day, we're all trying to get to that same goal.
I mean, then just to kind of tie in then, so for you, obviously, you've missed your deadline. So then, where's your head at? Like, how you feeling? What's the...
Oh no, I'm good. Like I think I had that phase before of the pressure to get things done. But now past that, nothing really gets me. I kind of just move on with it. It's the whole evaluation to see what you got to do next, basically.
Break it down. Talk to me about that like process on when did you have the pressure? What was that pressure? Why did you have it?
It's how I've always been. I've always been the type to push myself to get things done, like by any means. And if like, I remember when I first started this job and we was doing all the SGS stuff, there was times where I wouldn't sleep like that night to get everything done. There was times where I remember that it was the camping vlog. I edited. I was up. I didn't sleep that night. And I edited the camping vlog and then linked up with you, man, to go to do that uni vlog in Canterbury. So I didn't sleep that whole day. Like I didn't sleep that whole 24 hours. Right. And then we went to record this next thing. So then, and it's like, that's the kind of stuff that I do. Like I just don't, I just by any means get it done. And now I'm at that stage of like, no, like nothing. I've got like the basis of like, for example, your health. Like, make sure you're getting your sleep. Like, even now, when it hits 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock latest, I'm asleep. I cut everything off. I don't care if I haven't got stuff done or not. Like, I cut it off because then it affects the next day. And if I'm tired and I'm falling asleep at work, because they actually have, like, there's times I'm at the desk. So I'm not used to, like, sitting at a desk all day. Like, it's not my thing. It's not my environment. So, like, bro, literally, I can be clicking on the computer and I'm dozing off, bro. Like, on a regular basis, I'm dozing off. But then I stand up or I might be on calls and I'm wide awake. Like, it's just so I know not to go sleep past a certain time because it's gonna affect. I know I have to, for example, make my meals the night before. Like, if I have to balance between making my food for the next day and making sure that this content is edited for it to come out the next day, I have to pick my food, because if I don't pick my food, then that means one, I'm gonna have to buy food, or I'm gonna have to eat like trash, where I'm just not gonna be as like ready for the day. I'm not gonna be able to perform. So it's just kind of taking everything into perspective, I think. So yeah, just how I'm gonna manage everything like now. No, it doesn't affect. It's just about, you just evaluate and yeah, you just make the plan for the following week and just get on with it. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
It's a deeper one with it. I hear it, man. I appreciate it. Well, yeah, I think we kind of unraveled that one. So what's the takeaway from yourself from this week? Like, how are you then going to moving forward? Because obviously you said that there's no pressure, and you said, you kind of adjusted the deadlines, your priorities. So
that wasn't my problem. My problem was that life is about to get lit and I'm gonna need to juggle, like, living it and getting shit done. That was the problem. That was it, because we're gonna be outside. And brother, like, for me, like, I'm not very good at the whole balance of work to play. Like, if I'm grinding, I'm grinding. If I'm playing, I'm playing. like I can't. Yeah, bro. I'm just bad with that. So that's what it was. It was the fact that I know that a lot of my time we're gonna be recording, we're gonna be doing loads of fun stuff. Like, life is just about to get a bit more enjoyable, whereas the first half of the year it was based just head down. So it's knowing that for us to meet targets, like, gotta come back. I still need to do work.
It's crazy, right? Like, we have to have fun and be serious within the fun at the same time.
Yeah. That's what it was. But that's the part of, because I thought about it. I was like, when I finished the shoot yesterday, I was generally like, I got back home and I was like, bro, I'm tired. Like, and now I need to go to Peter's, and then we got to jump on TikTok live, and then I got to come studio the next day on Saturday. I was tired. Like, I was like, shit, man. Like, because it's one thing going from the shoot, because I didn't have to do anything. You just show up and you just be in front of the camera.
It gets done for you.
Yeah, but then I've got to go from that into now the whole planning and making the content. And it's like, yo, but this is what we want to be doing. We speak
about all the time, and like, this, get used to it.
Yeah.
And it's what I put in my head of, this is the training. Like, you know, last week where I went out with work on a Friday after working all day and then come to studio the next day. Yeah. How we see it is, I embrace this. I want more of these kind of days.
Yeah.
I want more of these kind of days.
Yeah.
Because it's a little taster of
what's to come. So yeah, to close out, you lot, we're gonna come in heavy, man. Second half of the year, it's definitely gonna be fun.
Awesome, man. Well, yeah, you lot, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been your boy Bongs.
It's been Shay Ventures.
See you in the next one.